Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Keith Jesperson,
Bruce Davis.
Hadden Clark, Robert Barno.
What's your friend?
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of The Lighter Side of Serial Killers. I'm your host, Keith Rovere. Tonight we're going to have part 2 of my conversation with Hadden Clark, nicknamed the cross-dressing cannibal, although certainly he would deny a lot of that. If you watched the Michael Bay documentary about him recently, I think it was a 5 or 6 part or something like that, this is kind of like his response to that. Now, whether you believe what he says or not believe what he says, this platform I use and I let other people use really as their platform to get their version of the truth out there so they can have a voice. Hadden Clark, Michael Bay and one of his associates, they did interview him from prison. He didn't tell them too much. Hadden wanted him to sign a contract and give him a certain amount of things. I guess they didn't do that, so he stopped talking, didn't talk really about anything about the cases. So the documentary is mostly old footage of his interrogation. New interviews with some of the detectives, FBI and the police and whoever else was involved in the case, talking about it. Jack or John Truitt, whatever he goes by now, somebody used to be housed with him at a prison facility. He obviously Hadden talks a lot about him in our last conversation, and even tonight we're going to hear more about that from his point of view. And here he admits he has mental issues. So what he was saying, was it truthful back then when he was talking to the police? He had mentioned Kristen Bluefin. Some people think he's schizophrenic, and that's one of his personalities. Maybe somebody he identified with, as he freely admits he loves wearing women's clothing. He was forced to dress as a girl from childhood. I mean, the family itself, there are a lot of mental issues and illness in the family, sadly. And he sent me some artwork, and I'm going to be posting some of the artwork, and I'll post some up here now, a bunch of pieces. And he said, the story of Kristen, nobody really knew. It wasn't an alter ego who did the killing. He just said that. He said what John would tell him to say, and you'll hear about that. You saw a little bit last podcast. But through the artwork, and I'm going to let Hadden explain, and I'll put some of the artwork up now and as we're talking, so you can see his explanation of Kristen, and also one of the bodies that was found on the dunes he's believed to killed and chopped the hands off of, and he said he disappeared there, and he doesn't really go into details about what exactly happened, but he did a little piece of artwork about it. And even back in the day, he's going to talk about artwork that he drew the girl that the hands were cut off, and we'll get into that a little bit too. So without further ado, you probably heard enough from me. Let's hear from Hadden.
Hello.
Hey, Hadden, how are you?
Hello. All right.
Good to hear
Last
from
time
you.
I saw, your Phillies aren't doing very good. They lost the first game.
I saw.
And when I saw, and tonight they're losing already. They're the 7th inning was best 4 and Phillies 3.
Mm-hmm.
The best out of 5.
I know.
So
You never know what happens. Well, fingers crossed. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they might win the next 3. You never know.
Yeah, of course. I got all your. I got all the artwork you sent.
Right.
Oh, really,
You
really.
understand what?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about, and it's funny because in the documentary, and there were times we talked about this, last time that you called in, that sometimes it looked like you were talking as the girl Kristen. So a lot of people thought that when the crimes were committed, that it was Kristen doing it. It wasn't Hadden, and multiple personalities and all this kind of stuff. But in all actuality, that it actually came from a pair of flip-flops, shower shoes.
Right.
Now, do you know what so the initials on the shower shoes were KEB, and I guess it was Truitt, John Truitt or Jack Truitt, whatever he goes by now, did he ask you what the initials meant?
Right. And the reason I picked Kristen, because I'm a Christian, and I picked bluefin because I fish. It's the largest tuna in the sea, in the tuna family, bluefin.
Oh, that's funny.
He never asked me what E stood for, but if I had picked anything, it would probably have been my niece Emily.
Oh, nice.
So,
Now, do you know what those initials actually
he
stand?
never asked me.
Do you know what the initials actually were, or what they actually meant or stood for?
I always put KED on there because people in prison, people steal a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, instead of putting my name on my shower, to put KED, some type of initials on there. So if someone stole my stuff, they didn't know they were mine. And if I saw you with my stuff, then I could think, what are you doing with my shower shoes? That's why I did
funny.
that.
That's funny. Yeah, because people didn't know what to think.
And another thing is, my AKA is bunny rabbit. The reason I do that is because if a lot of times when people talk about other people on here, and they don't know my real name, a lot of names sound like Clark and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But bunny rabbit, they might. And I hear bunny rabbit, I know they're talking about me.
Now, where did you mentioned before where the name Bunny Rabbit came from? I think you said you put on like a pair of bunny ears or something like that.
I had bunny ears, I had a blood suit, paper suit was white. They used for cleaning up blood. Had ears made out of styrofoam. I got cotton from the infirm. I knew a nurse up in the firm and gave me cotton for a tail. I had white sneakers on. Easter day I came out. And I was working dietary time, so I got all these hard-boiled eggs left over at breakfast one time. Had an inmate color them for me. So on Easter, I had all colored eggs all over the day room, outside. I hopped around like a rabbit all day long. So everybody called me Bunny Rabbit. That's how I came up with the name Bunny Rabbit.
What made you do that? Just to be silly or just to have some fun?
Just to have some fun, yeah.
That's good. Well, I'm sure you don't see too much of that in prison facilities, anything lighthearted
No,
like
you
that.
don't see that much. No, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I came up with. So yeah. You asked what do I do to keep myself in prison busy? I have do solve chess puzzles. I read Bible stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I watch sports, Walton, Young Children on TV. The reason I'm on PC is because when I came back from New Mexico, they offered me general cooperation. I told them, you do whatever you want to do. The reason they sent me to New Mexico was because a lieutenant tried to have me killed here.
Wow.
Not at this facility, at another facility. That's why they put me on. They sent me out of state.
Wow.
They sent me on 2 ICCs. So ICC didn't work because whenever they send you out of state, they're not supposed to tell the other state about your crimes and stuff. But Maryland did.
Yeah.
So when I was at the other ICC states, they were trying to kill me too. So I made them send me back to Maryland.
Wow.
I'm on PC. I'm on PC. They put me on PC.
Now, what happened?
I could go to cooperation, but
Sure.
I could go to general cooperation, but I'm not going after them. They're going to try to put a hit on me.
Yeah. What happened when they tried to attack you? What actually happened?
Well, I've been almost killed a few times. Almost died in 2009, but
Wow.
I survived. Guess God didn't want me.
Mm-hmm. So it's been much safer for you there?
I mean, if I was on PC at the time too, when I almost died was one time. The guy brought a rock and they put a hit on me. The COs put a hit on me. So, but this other time, a lieutenant put a hit on me, put an inmate in my cell that wasn't supposed to be in my cell. He tried to kill me in another facility. So And I had paperwork saying you're not supposed to put these inmates in myself. So,
Wow.
uh,
Well, you're still here.
so
Yeah.
and for Christmas and Thanksgiving, you can make me an 8x10 colored photo of Reagan.
Sure.
And
Sure.
at the bottom at the bottom of the photo, you can write
Mhm.
Merry Christmas or
Oh, of
Happy
course.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, of course. Yeah, the artwork was really good. And the one piece of artwork you could send was you said that I think the
Did you
officers.
like? Did
the-
you, did you not? Did you like 9/11?
Oh, all of it was. Yeah, I enjoyed all of it. I liked the 9/11 artwork. The one piece of artwork you said it from the police officer or some type of law enforcement officer, Kim Adams. You said she actually gave you some of her clothes to wear. I think in a bathing suit or something like that.
Right.
And what
Right.
what was that
Well,
story?
he bought me all these clothes because he was on the first trip. The police went to the shop and got me a dress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they were doing when inmates in Maryland when they make clothes for inmates, a lot of times they mislabel stuff. I had a pair of jeans with labeled 48 in them, right? Waist 48. But I'm not 48.
No.
But a woman 48 is a very large woman. So
Sure.
they bought all these large clothes. So they had these women on the second shift. So, yeah, this woman got me all these clothes, right? And the police told me that some of those clothes were hers. So I told the police, I like to have her swear on my Bible. So when they told her that, she broke out with a rash. So I never got to see her the next day.
Oh, she did. Wow. Oh, that's wild. But how'd they fit? The clothes fit good?
Oh, yeah. I had to mail them all home. They made me. Once they were done with me, Mel made me mail them home.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you still have them with you there? Oh, not them specific ones, but just like women's clothes in general. Is that something that's still kind of?
I don't have any female clothes in myself. No.
Is that something you're not allowed to have, or you just don't really care about wearing them anymore?
We're not allowed to have them in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Not allowed to have them. I mean, maybe another inmate might have stuff on around that.
Oh, gotcha.
He made me mail all that stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
See, they have certain rules for me that don't apply to other inmates. Like I tell all my pen pals I'm not allowed to see photos of naked women.
Mm-hmm.
But other inmates have that stuff all the time. But I really don't care about that. I rather just see with women with their clothes on, really.
Yeah.
Or not their world. Like that's why I asked for Reagan. She reminds me of a girl I took fishing and babysat one time.
Mm-hmm. The other piece was nice that they talked a little bit about the documentary, but it was a picture from I guess it was called Race Point in the summer of 1974 when you're fishing on the dunes.
Yeah.
So, what was that story?
What did they say about race? Oh, I manipulated them there. I was there the night that body was dumped there.
Mm.
I know a lot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was up there on the first trip, it snowed so much that they put me in this room where they interrogated me. So after they were done interrogating me, you know how they have in an interrogating room, they have a two-way mirror. They can see you, but you can't see them.
Sure.
Well, after they were done and left the room, I took off all my clothes.
Oh, did you?
So I was butt naked. Fold them up neatly and put my head on the clothes, but naked.
Oh no!
I wanted them to see this.
Mm-hmm.
And put my hands in the push-up position so I'd be like the girl at Race Point.
Mm.
And they come in and say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm thinking about 1974 at Race Point, where I saw this girl in the dunes with her hands cut off."
Mm-hmm.
I manipulated them.
Mm-hmm. I think. Do you remember drawing on the documentary? They didn't say if you actually drew the picture. It looked like your artwork. but you actually drew a picture of the girl with no hands. You remember doing that, or is that something maybe they just made up?
I probably did that for John.
Okay.
John had me doing all sorts of crazy artwork.
Oh, okay.
And see, he was supposed to help me get into a mental facility for my mental problems, but he never did. He's an evil son of a bitch. So,
yeah, he didn't make a lot of people happy on it. He wasn't making a lot of people happy on a documentary. You know, no one likes really somebody, you know, not necessarily snitching, but, you know, talking about somebody else in prison. A lot of people weren't happy about that at all.
Right.
And what was the...
I helped him get out. He couldn't help me with any of my problems. So.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he tried to get me killed up in Massachusetts anyway.
Now, one thing I didn't know about you, and we've been talking for probably a couple years now, off and on, that the one piece of artwork that you drew was talking about the Polar Bear Club, where I guess someone, you know, dared you to jump into a cold wood or something. You're like, oh, I'm part of the Polar Bear Club. I'll jump in.
Oh, yeah. I love cold. I love the cold weather.
That's funny.
Cold water, go swim. they weren't afraid of me swimming. If I go in the water, where am I going to swim to? Can't escape, you know. Yeah,
that's funny.
I enjoy the cold water.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing it does make you piss when you go in the water, makes all that cold water makes you urine big. I don't know, for me it makes me see.
Oh, maybe. I never jumped into cold water before. I was on a lake today. It was a little nicer out today. It wasn't too cold out today. I had my kayak out on the lake today, but I certainly wasn't jumping in. Not at all.
My brothers never was cool for the cold water, but on Easter we go visit our grandparents on March or something. I take time to go to the beach, and they see me go right in that water like nothing.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, John's a trip.
Yeah,
You mentioned John Truitt. What's that?
I had the police take me shopping and everything. You don't see other inmates doing that. Been taking me shopping in handcuffs. No, man, I was eating like crazy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it was funny when I heard that they actually take you on a little shopping sprees. You know, you don't hear too many inmates being able to go travel around. Shopping sprees.
Right. Go to the beach and go swimming.
Oh, that's hysterical.
We've been passing a steakhouse and we think, John said, we can't go there. I bet you can't. Fuck that.
That's great.
And one FBI agent, the female FBI didn't eat all her food. She gave me her pie and her lobster tail. I ate that like cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I went on ITC out west, the state police gave me all their food on the airplane.
Wow.
By the time I got to ITC thing, I'm not used to that. When I was on the commercial airline, the police let me drink.
Yeah.
The state police let me drink.
Wow.
Because I didn't misbehave or anything. Sometimes I have problems with inmates when they transport. When you're going from Maryland out west somewhere, they don't transport you in a bus. They fly you out there.
Wow.
Either a Maryland State Police airplane or commercial. Or they flew me commercial. So I had all this free airplane food, plus they let me drink. So I would eat all sorts of peanuts and snacks. I had a tummy. My stomach wasn't used to that stuff.
Oh, sure.
So I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've been on commercial airline about 3 or 4 times, plus the state police.
Yeah.
I've been all over out west.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done a lot of traveling in prison.
Do they still talk to you at all? Does the police still reach out to you? Do they still reach out to you at all or talk to you about any cases, or not for a long time?
No. Michael Bay, but I didn't talk to him about anything. So I talked to him about was WCI and John Truitt. I didn't talk about any crime because I was waiting for a contract. Once I got the contract, I told him we had to do what the contract said.
Mm-hmm.
Do what the contract said, so I never talked about it.
Yeah, I mean,
they might have said I talked about it. but that's a lie. Then.
Yeah, most
I
of the
didn't talk about
documentary.
any crime.
No, most of the documentary was old police footage of you being talked about, discussed, interrogated. That was like 90% of the documentary is the old footage of you talking back in the day, and then with John Truitt.
Right.
Michael Bay came in a little bit. You had some, new stuff, but not too much about the cases at all. But most of it was just the old, what the police were talking about with you.
Right.
Their own like they re-interviewed the police, the police, the detectives, the FBI agents, and things like that. Your brother, obviously, they talked to him.
But what they don't say is how the police were physically abusing me. So they said I sent them to New Jersey. Yeah, I sent them on New Jersey on a wild goose chase so they could stop physically abusing me.
Mm-hmm.
I manipulated them.
I was surprised they did show a little bit of it. I was like, as we talked about before when he called, I was surprised that they showed it. They showed the evidence that, one, you must have asked for a lawyer 100 times on camera. And then you see the guy choking you.
Right.
You reached over, you grabbed your throat.
Right.
They showed it on video.
Right.
And he even admitted it. So I don't know how that's not a lawsuit right there. I mean, it's amazing. I can't believe they even showed that.
Right. But see, that's bad for them in the long run. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's me out in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
So,
for sure. No, did you and John ever get along, Truitt?
No, he's more. The best way to describe him is he's a wolf in a sheepskin.
Yeah, they were saying.
I thought he was going to help me out. On the second trip, I found out he really wasn't going to help me out.
Yeah.
So when we returned to Maryland, we never really talked that much. Matter of fact, he put me on his enemy list, so they would have to transfer me to another facility.
Oh, gotcha.
I hear some other people say that he said on the documentary that he slapped me around. He never put his hands on me.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's not. We weren't in the cell very long. When we were, he never put his hands on me.
Yeah.
So, and if he was such a tough guy like you said he was, why would he put me on his enemy list?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So once he put me on an enemy list, he can't be at the same facility. That's why he transferred me to another facility.
Why do you think he was saying that stuff to you? Trying to manipulate you, or did anything for his advantage?
Well, I think he used me as his advantage trying to get out of prison, which helped him. I helped him get out of prison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he was supposed to help me get into the hospital for my mental problems, which I really don't need that.
Mm-hmm. Did he ever
I
write?
know how to deal with stuff, man.
So he never wrote to you once he got out of prison?
No
contact. Yeah.
I had no contact.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't answer his letter anyway. He wrote me.
When was the last time? When's the last time you talked to either one of your brothers? Has it been a long time?
Well, my brother in California, he don't answer my letters. So if you don't write me back, I'm keep writing you. You know, but I know my brother Brad has turned down parole in California because he's better off in prison than because if he made parole, he probably can't leave California.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the economy is out on the street, you don't have a pension or any medical benefits, or he's better off in prison than be on the street.
Yeah.
Now my brother Jeffrey, I have no contact with him.
Mm-hmm.
He owes me money anyway, so he knows he's done. But I think I heard from you, and I heard from a couple other people that he doesn't look too good. So.
Yeah, he really didn't. I don't know if it was just maybe talking about his past and you and your old relationship. Maybe he just looked really sad that day, but he didn't really look good. I said a lot of his hair was missing, maybe from stress or anxiety, or maybe some mental issues that he has, or maybe drugs, alcohol. Who knows? They didn't really get into that part of
I,
it, but
one of my pen pals said he was wearing a dress.
no, it
He's
was
gonna send
it
me
was
a
pink.
picture.
It wasn't a dress. It was I think it was like overalls, like but they were like pink denim overalls is what it looked like. I didn't see the bottom. Maybe it could have been a dress, but I think it was overalls if I wasn't mistaken.
Well, this one guy's going to send me a picture of him. So I'll see. I'll be able to answer you next time.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So when you write me a letter or anything, you can put some questions down you want me to answer on the phone for you.
Oh, for
For
sure.
your program letter.
Oh, definitely. And everybody was all everybody from the podcast was really appreciative. All the followers hearing from you, and we appreciate. Everybody's
Right.
told me to tell you to say thank you to you because they really enjoyed hearing from you and hearing your answers. Because you hear a documentary or you see a movie about somebody, they never interview the person.
Right.
It's just other people talking about the person.
Right.
So now they get to hear from you.
Right.
They get to hear the real answers from you.
Right.
You know that's important to a lot of people.
I have an IGO hearing this week on Tuesday about my mail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to get in your ass big time. They got a book of mine right 3 weeks ago. They haven't given it to me. So
Oh no.
it's playing out games. Oh, they're playing games in my big. But I got all the proof I go up to my IGO hearing Tuesday. Can't wait to go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they were going to give me a hearing. And about 6 weeks ago, they said I have an IGO hearing. Well, I'm ready to burn their ass.
Good. How are you treated in there, like from the staff? You said obviously sometimes they weren't treated that good, but all in all, did they still treat you fairly, or not really?
They treat me fairly for my mail. They give my mail to other inmates. You're not supposed to be doing that. My ID number and PIN numbers on my mail, you shouldn't be doing there.
Yeah.
There's only one inmate with that ID number.
Mm-hmm.
You can write if I'm in cell 3, you shouldn't be writing cell 30 or cell 8 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or cell 33. I'm not in cell. So
yeah. Hopefully
I've been in
they
cell 3.
straighten that out.
So except for 2 days, I've been in cell 3 the whole time I've been here. They're just playing games. So, and I'm going to get in your ass this Tuesday at my IGL hearing. Well, I hope that comes off. Hopefully that can pay me some money for the stuff they stole from me.
Yeah, hopefully, for sure. Now, how you do with kind of commissary and stuff there? They give you a decent commissary to pick from and to buy from, and you're able to keep some money in your account?
I don't buy. The only thing I buy from commissary basically is stationary stuff
Mm-hmm.
and hygiene stuff. Multivitamins, vitamin C.
Good.
I get vitamin D. I get vitamin D from medical and fish oil from medical because I can't buy it.
Do you have any way of it? Do you have a source of income? Is people helping you out as far as keeping some money on your books, or how do you get money on your books?
Well, if people want me to write them, I'm asking for money. Right now, I don't have a job. So,
mm-hmm. And how
you want me to write it?
How can people send you money on your books?
If you want, send me a money order. Make sure my name's Hadden Clark. 233-181 is 937-151. And you put on, make sure that's on the money order.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything new?
Artwork.
Sure. What's your favorite kind of artwork to do? Obviously, I have obviously a lot of your pieces. Is there anything that you really like doing most? I know you like doing the sign language pieces. Are you still working on the stained glass stuff?
Well, I still do sign language. I practice my sign language once a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I do Bible stuff,
mm-hmm.
Bible verse, memorize Bible verses and stuff.
Good.
I'm getting some Christian programs going to send me a Christian Bible for Bible stores.
Good.
So I try to do it myself. I just stay to myself more.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite
These guys
Bible?
don't play chess. Do I have a favorite Bible?
A favorite Bible verse?
King James Bible.
Like a favorite scripture or a favorite Bible verse?
No, I don't have a favorite Bible verse.
Mm-hmm.
I know quite a few of them. I go over them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a favorite.
Gotcha. How long
But
have
I
you
have
been, you've been reading the Bible a long time?
But I have 3 Bible verses I sign in sign language when I say my prayer.
Yeah, what's that?
Romans 12:21, Matthew 5:8, and Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, and Galatians 5:23. Let our pure in heart for me God, Matthew 5:8. Do not overcome a reason, overcome an easy burden, Romans 12:21. I do all of them in sign language
Oh, that's
every
good.
day.
Is that something you learned in prison, or do you know the sign language before?
No, in prison. I took it up at the county jail to get me out of my cell for 2 hours from Monday to Saturday. Since no one signed up for the class, not many people signed up for it. It was only like 3 or 4 people in the county jail.
Mm-hmm.
The lady started bringing in donuts and coffee. A lot of people wanted to come afterwards, but she wouldn't let them in.
Oh, that's great.
One of the people learned. So there were 3 or 4 of us. And after we had our class, she had coffee for us and pastries and stuff. It was great, man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So good thing it got me out of my cell for 2 hours from Saturday, from Monday to Saturday every week. So that's why I signed up. You have to find things to keep yourself busy. That's why I don't put any money on my tablet, because I have things I've been doing before we got the tablet. I'm not changing my routine for this tablet.
Yeah.
I find things to keep myself busy. I got a TV. So.
Yeah. Well, it's nice. I mean, they take you out shopping, travel the world, fly you on airplanes, donuts and coffee. Yeah, it sounds like you definitely have it pretty good over the years, off and on, at least once in a while, anyway.
Yeah, I've done a lot of good things. I mean, I've done a lot in prison,
Mm-hmm.
Sit back. Hope to get pulled from the day and get out.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another thing. John said I would kill my brother if I ever. That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I never said that. If I get out of prison, I'm not going to do something to bring me back to prison.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Well, there you have it. A conversation with Hadden Clark. I've known Hadden, I guess, since before COVID, and maybe a few years before that, maybe 6 or 7 years. Been a while. He sent me many pieces of artwork over the year, and you never know. Obviously, he has mental health issues, and he's the first person who would admit that. You never know what Hadden's going to send you in the mail, depending what he's feeling like. I've been sent used Q-tips and toothbrushes. Recently, he sent me a pair of his glasses and a yarmulke hat. A pair of his shorts, a pair of a wool hat that he has, and all kinds of stuff, and artwork, probably 300 or 400 pieces of artwork. And sometimes he'll send handprints and footprints that he makes. Used to do it in paint, I think, but now he makes it from like coffee grinds and coffee. He puts his fingerprints and handprints and footprints on the piece of paper. It's wild. You never know. I mean, he's definitely a trip for sure. But this is his platform that I gave him, to a little bit of a response to the Michael Bay documentary. And again, what's truthful and what's not truthful, that's for you guys to decide. I'm not the person I'm not a detective to hound the truth out of him. It's just his platform. I want to make him feel comfortable, and everybody want to feel comfortable to get their side of the story out. I got a little flack for that, if online, or people who write articles about me and news reporters hear about my show. If they get to take their time to realize, I push positive reinforcement in prison systems, and people come on to talk about what has helped them in prison facilities, what needs work in prison facilities, like the Norway prison system. The positive reward-based system really helps out violent offenders to keep them from being violent. And other times like this, it just give people a platform to respond. Most documentaries and movies don't give you the opportunity to be interviewed, or they don't want to be interviewed at all. They don't want to bring anything back up memory-wise from the victims and victims' families, so they kind of stay out of it. But Hadden wanted to come on to really, get his side of the story out there, and which, in part we did. Didn't impress him too hard, but I think a lot of the points he got out. So I hope you enjoy it. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, and until next time, see ya.